Howdy y'all, welcome back to Lives. I think it's time to play a little Minecraft. Alright. That was weird. That felt a little slidey for some reason. Last episode I miscalculated my portal area, and I don't know why in my mind that it was so far out because it's not. Um, it's like I took the lower coordinate and the upper cord. What is that? Oh, it's birch plank. And so I don't know why I thought that because I went through all the hassle of finding the proper coordinates, which are here, and then just blew past them and tried to go 10,000 blocks from where I needed to be. I think is what that would work out to be. Uh, no, 16,000 blocks from where I needed to be. Like, why? Why would I? Why would I attempt that? I don't know. But I did. Uh, so off the top here, I do want to say that probably next week, I will need to reconfigure my videos, um, and I am going to be playing on a server that a Minecraft server that will be updating over time through various versions of Minecraft, and so probably won't be seeing too much of regular Minecraft, um, just because I ain't got time, and so I'm probably gonna start doing a couple of episodes from the server, um, and a week instead of my one-off on here. So that yeah, I mean it's got to happen. It's gonna be. I don't remember what I did last time. Basically, Hidden Secrets is starting back up, and so we're doing um, starting at beta 1.1, which I've never played, and working our way forward over time through the different versions of Minecraft. Uh, so, like, everybody in the group that I play with seems really excited about it. I didn't realize at the time that's what I was agreeing to. I thought they meant beta Minecraft as in the snapshots that I normally play, and that is not what they meant at all. And so, yeah, soul soil. So, that does mean that with my current limited gameplay sessions, I am going to have to cut back on Snapshot Minecraft. I ain't got time to do both, unfortunately. Or I do and I just don't want to, however you want to look at it. I mean, I say I don't have time, but I could totally schedule my life better than I do, right? And still manage to do all this. But I don't wanna. I just don't wanna. I tried. And I was successful for a little bit, and I got really excited and started doing 2 episodes a day. But it's hard for me to do that. It's a long habit of. Wow, I don't have any food on me. It's a long habit of not having a real schedule, sleep-wise, and it's hard to stick with a different schedule. Um, I'm so used to just going to bed whenever I get too tired to sleep, and then getting up whenever I wake up most days. And I tried to break that habit, and it was successful for a couple of weeks. And then you get a week where things just don't work out that way, and that's the end of that. And that was the end of that. I feel like I threw that out already. I don't know why it came back to me. I just want to get some food. So I can do my running and hopping while we put in uh, the new portal here. Yep, had to get had to get the air conditioner in today. I've talked about it a couple of times now, but man, our weather is like insane, and the weather report is like nowhere near ever accurate, and I don't understand how they can be so off. I literally checked last night before I went to sleep at midnight what the weather was going to be today. And between then and now, or between then and me getting out of bed, it had completely changed. And when I went to bed last night, the weather said that we were going to have thunderstorms all week, and that not only will we have the thunderstorms, but okay, this is one block down. So this becomes the center, and it's got to be a 3x3. And it was supposed to be 70 degrees all week, is what it said. And then when I got up this morning, sunny for the next 2 days, so not what they said, and almost 90. So that is quite the difference in temperatures. All right, we should be able to ignite this and step out into my village. Yes? Yes. Man, I am good sometimes. All right. And then I honestly don't remember what it's supposed to look like, so let's hope this is actually where it's supposed to be and not that I'm supposed to be a block lower. Because there's a good chance I just screwed that all up. Uh, and I'm going to have to move it down one block. Yep. Oh man, I went in my sister's office today, and she she's sitting there, and she's working today. She's got paperwork that she didn't do earlier in the week, and yep, we're good, we're good. And so I noticed that at her feet is a computer. And I was like, oh, where'd that computer come from? And she's like, oh, somebody got grounded, so the computer's been removed from the living room. I'm like, oh, okay. Um, Apparently somebody was mouthy and was told that if he kept it up, that his computer would be removed. And his reply was, go ahead, I don't care. And so the response to that was, yeah, no more computer in the living room for, I forget how long they said, 2 weeks, something like that. And on top of that, his birthday's coming up, and so he had sent out his birthday list today. And so my sister said, make sure all he gets is Steam gift cards because he isn't going to have his computer for at least the next 2 weeks. Oh, don't get too crazy there, buddy. We don't need to kill ourselves. So I thought that was pretty humorous. I don't know what they did. I've been down here all day, especially after I got the air conditioner in. It's weird though, because it means I'm back to a constant background hum. Because I really only sit a few feet away from the air conditioner. I don't know if that picks up in my recordings. Usually they're pretty good at not detecting that stuff, but I know just for me in general, it's a lot of noise has started. I don't want to waste my poor Silk Touch pick. It's so weird, like the transition between hot and cold, because there's like no in between here. There has not been a day that I've had my windows open down here. And then today it was just so hot, and then with them saying it's going to get even hotter, I put the air conditioner in today. I opened my window for the first time this year, and that was to put my air conditioner in. It's crazy. It was kind of interesting. I was listening to a podcast, and one of the people is from Ireland, and he was talking about the average temperatures where he lives, and how their average temperature runs between like 30 and 60 degrees year round. And I was like, man, that is definitely not what we get here. I've never thought of Ireland as a cold place like that either. I mean, I assumed it was cold for at least part of the year, but they don't get above 60 most of the time. And then uh, there's one of the guys I game with from Britain. He said he talked about how it was 70 degrees where he was at and how hot it was. Um, then I'm like 70 degrees, man. Well, it was hotter than 70 degrees when I was outside mowing the lawn, and I thought that was a pleasant spring day. Oh, there goes my pick. Oop. Should have used my slow touch for that, I guess. No, no, no. Nobody wants to put down more. Alright, I gotta go back and make a new pick. But yeah, temperature here where I'm at, we go down in the low single digits, below zero for at least. Oh, that's gravel. I don't want gravel. Below zero at least a couple of times during winter, and then in summer we can get over 110 easily for at least a couple of days during summer. So we have a very wide range, and it amazes me when I look at other places and they're like, oh yeah, it's we get a low of 43 and a high of 72. I'm like, ooh, that sounds like perfection. And here I am. It's gonna be 89 degrees, and it isn't even real summer here yet. It's just crazy temperature. And then I was trying to remember, I'm like, did I need to buy a new air conditioner last year? Should I be ordering a new air conditioner now so that it gets here? Or should I wait until I know one way or the other? Because I seem to remember my air conditioner wasn't working right, but it's working right now, but it's not that hot. And sometimes when it gets really hot, it also gets very humid here, and the air conditioner can't handle it, and it won't cool the room down correctly, and I need a bigger air conditioner, I think. And oh, well, you were disappointing, buddy. I thought we might come down here and find another room full of guys to exploit, but I got nothing. I'm never sure where to stand for this thing either. I'm not great at the whole mob grinder thing. And I feel like, should I stand here because this is where they spawn? Do I stand down there? What's the limit? I need to look that up. I never remember. I'm not sure 6 is enough to enchant my pick. I'm not asking for a lot here. It's not like I'm trying to make the perfect pick. Is 6 enough to get me an enchant? Oh, it is. It's enough to get me 1 enchant. Unbreaking. And efficiency 1. That's not a bad pick for a gotta dig stuff out pick. It's not great. I mean, great would be me spending time earning the 30 plus levels you need. But I'm a slacker, and so I didn't. Oh, you know what? Let's get rid of this wood so I don't have to throw it away. Okay, I'm going to throw it away. And oh, look, there's just a ton of like stuff in here. I was trying to think if anything major happened. I feel like this week was kind of a holding pattern for everything. I don't know. It's kind of been a lazy week. I did go out with a pair of trimmers while I was mowing the lawn, and as I mowed around the edges, trimmed a bunch of branches. I mean, that's not exciting, but that's what I did. And now I've got pains in my hand from from doing all that work. Because, and I'll tell you why. Um, well, for one, I don't do that kind of work normally. But the way that the mower is set up, it blows out of the right side, and the so when I go along the edge, I don't want the big plastic piece that hangs off the side to get mangled going along the edge of the yard, and so I always do one right with the edge of the deck is longer on the opposite side from the blower as well, and so probably reach a few more inches that way. But which means that all the branches that I had to trim, basically I was trying to do with my offhand, and it would have been much easier had I been left-handed, which I am not. And there are a few times I did have to twist wildly in my seat trying to reach with my right hand because I couldn't cut through the branches. Um, if I'd been able to reach my chainsaw, things would have been different. I would have just gone out with the chainsaw and trimmed things. I need to get my chainsaw out anyways. There's at least one little tree needs to come down that I said I was going to do last year and I never did. But let's see. Added a couple of new items to my D&D game this week. I really like the ability to create custom items because it's pretty fun. Especially since I'm doing a sci-fi game using D&D, and so most of D&D is not set up to be sci-fi, and so the items available are like, you know, they're still using swords and stuff, but there's also different kinds of pistols, and I wanted to change there's not a lot of pistol stats in D&D, and I wanted to change a little bit of the mechanics because I wanted to have like multiple shots. All right, what was that? That was a mushroom. And so, like I did a semi-automatic pistol, right? And so you can get like 3 shots in a turn. But I mean, how fair is that? When most things don't get that many shots, and anybody can use a pistol basically, if they get a little training. And so, having used a pistol in real life at like target practice kind of thing, I know that it's really hard to shoot multiple times with a pistol and hit what you're aiming at. And so, in the book, they don't have a semi-automatic pistol. They just got a pistol, and you get like 1 shot in your turn. And so I wanted to add something where they could shoot like 3 times, but every time they shoot, the accuracy goes down. And so I got to make my own weapon, semi-automatic pistol, 15-round clip, and then added in, you know, the information on how the accuracy goes down. I think it's by 2 points every extra shot beyond the first you take. without a reroll. And so, like if you're trying to hit somebody who's got an armor class of 18 and you roll a 20, then your first two shots would hit, but the third shot would be a miss, were you to take it. And and then on top of that, bullets are rare because it's complicated to make bullets. Yeah, it's not complicated to make bullets if you have all the materials readily available, but I'm saying in my world that they do not have. Like, you couldn't make bullets necessarily easily in the field, and it's a process to make a lot of that stuff without factories. And because I know people who do reloading. Reloading is a very simple process, very simple to reload a bullet. What did I just do? Is that what I was intending to do? I feel like I took a wrong turn and I didn't realize I was going down that row. For some reason in my head I was coming back this way, and I was not. It basically just involves a machine with a lever, and so that's nothing. But and the big issue is that it requires all the other stuff to make it so simple. So melting lead down to make bullet tips, not hard if you have access to the heat and the lead and the molds. And you're probably not going to carry a bunch of lead around with you while you're backpacking in the field, right? And then, you gotta have your wad, you gotta have your primer, you've gotta have your, weird. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, I feel like I should have more glass than that. You gotta have your casings, and then the big one to me that would probably be one of the more difficult things to obtain is gunpowder. Because gunpowder is not the easiest thing to make. And the kinds that we use now are not the kinds that would be easy to make without, technology. And I mean, they have access to technology, they just don't have access to the factories that they used to have access to. And so there's a lot of that thought process in my world, is trying to figure out what kinds of things they would still have access to. Because there's some power available, but not every town is going to have a gunpowder factory, right? And so I have looked up like gunpowder factories and where they're located and stuff like that, and so they just don't flow on me. One, two, three. One, two, three. I'm pretty sure that's my roof, right? That's cool if it is, because I like when I've got lava like that. It's one. Yep. Yep. I do need to go up, though, on the side of that to place some stuff yet, but we're not there yet. Uh, so anyway, so it was fun to make that for my game, and then they reach this place and um, to this small town, and obviously there'd be some technology scavengers in every town. I would imagine in a you know in a post-apocalyptic world that would be. I mean, if you need metal and you lived in a post-apocalyptic world where there are massive ruined cities just waiting to be picked over, chances are you're not going to go through the process to make new metal. You would retrieve what's there, and so they headed to a junk shop, basically, and and so I got to make a couple of other new items for them. One was a mapping orb, which I think might be fun. Uses echolocation to display a map just over the orb, and uh, has sittings so that okay, now this is a little trickier because the middle of this would be andesite. And so that was one, and then the other one they haven't even seen yet is I've always enjoyed the concept of the Ansible, which utilizes quantum entanglement as a communication method. And I remember reading about it in a science fiction novel. And so what it is there's this weird phenomena in physics where you can, if you know what you're doing, pair atoms, which is really weird. And if you've paired the atoms, then whatever you do to one atom happens to the other. And so, like, if an atom is spinning one direction and you change the direction it's spinning, which we can do, basically they can do this now, but it takes so much equipment that we just can't make use of it really. And so they but this is several, maybe 1,000 years in the future. I say several thousand years, but I don't think it's several thousand years in the future. And so I'd like to think that it's not several thousand years in the future, and that the technology that I have in my world isn't that far off from where we're at. And so they it's a headset. Anyways, it's a set of headsets that are paired in a way that allows them to why wouldn't you dig up that ground? I don't understand what you're doing. Okay, and then the trick here, though, is going to be that What? What just happened? Game just glitched or cheated or something. That was frustrating. Oh, I don't understand what just happened there. I told it to dig a hole. It didn't dig the hole. Um, and then I told it to place glass, and then it didn't place the glass. And then all of a sudden, the lava started flowing everywhere. Maybe I did dig the hole and I placed the glass in the hole, but then it also wouldn't place glass after that. I mean, you saw my hand twitching, right, as I was trying to place glass. Nothing happened. I like that it glitched in the favor of the game. I mean, not that the game is competing against me, but glitched in the favor of me losing my stuff, I guess. Dang it, I hate when this crap happens. This makes me not want to play games sometimes. Alright, so let's see. I lost both my picks. So that's awesome. Lost my sword. Oh, I can place blocks now? Can I? Thanks. That's not... I did not... I don't understand why it won't let me place a block there. So I definitely did fill in the hole. But I also tried to place about 8 blocks of glass that it did not let me place. Stupid game. Why didn't you just let me place my block of glass like I wanted? Now I've got nothing. Anyways, so the other item that I made for him was this paired set of 8, which means they would need 8. Well, they would need more than that. Was it 64 different pairs? Because every... Well, no, they don't. They don't, because they're not a connection to a connection. They're 8 connected atoms. So every headset hears the same thing every other headset hears. And then it's also got a light source because we have a couple of blind people. They're not blind, they just can't see in the dark like the other rest of the group. And it'd be nice to have something that lets them be a little more hands-free. And then also an augmented reality monocle that lets you detect within a certain distance where the other headsets are. So that, you know, you might have some idea of where the rest of your party is. Well, this really sucks. I am going to have to, I guess, make new gear. Because I lost my sword, I lost my 2 picks. I mean, I'm not worried about the materials. I didn't have amazing armor or anything. Oh, I still got my bow, I guess. Oh, my steak survived. Good thing my steak survived. I don't understand why it wouldn't let me place the glass or why it wouldn't dig the hole I requested in the first place. It was like, I don't know. It was like the game was in slow-mo in responding to me just at that moment. So, alright, well, with that, click, leave your like, subscribe, and catch the next one. We'll talk to you later.